far will the Knicks go? Carmelo Anthony had a great night last night. He had 39 points. He had 10 rebounds. Amari was back in the lineup earlier. This is the Hawks game I'm talking about. He had 22 points and 12 rebounds in their victory, 113-112. Okay, so how far will the Knicks go in the playoffs? Rob, you start us off.
I hate to sound like sour milk, sour grapes when it comes to the Knicks, because they've made
sour puss.
Sour puss is that?
Yeah.
Thanks, Skip.
Yeah.
But they've made strides from how this team was floundering earlier in the year, and who knew what was going on. And Mike Woodson, give him credit, has done a nice job. He really has. But there's just two glaring numbers that I can't get past, and I still look at this team as a first round, getting knocked out in the first round, because it's still going to be Miami or Chicago, and I don't think that they're better than those two teams. And when you look at their 14-20 against teams over 500, and 13-19 on the road, which is the worst record for any team in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. So in order to move on, Skip, you got to go on the road, Wale, and win a game and beat somebody in order to give yourself a chance, right?
What happened yesterday? They
Against
went on
Atlanta
the road.
and another team that's not that great.
Okay.
So you're talking about Atlanta. All I'm saying is I'm going to give you one of these official stamps. No way, no how does the Knicks get out of the first round, period.
I would say this. I think the Knicks have the potential, keyword potential, to be Eastern Conference champions. Potential.
I agree with you.
But one of my football coaches told me when I was in Pop Warner, potential is another word for ain't done nothing yet. So with that said, I think a lot depends on who they play in the first round.
Yep.
But I definitely think they have the potential to win the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
They have the players. They have the,
I am
the
with
coach.
you.
They have the mental stability. They have the leadership. They have all of the things necessary to do that.
Did you hear my numbers I just gave you?
But they have the potential to do it. They definitely have because this is a team that's been a roller coaster ride since the beginning of the season.
Rob, listen to Wale.
If they get hot.
Wale is a smart man.
Could you tell him
he is
numbers
spouting
don't lie?
pure
They
intelligence.
never lie.
Did you?
It's fine. Just
you
leave it
saw
alone.
Melo's
Leave it
playing
alone
now.
because then you're
Numbers lie, Rob. You've been
Playing that.
spouting a lot of lying numbers.
You like them when they work to your
I
advantage.
know,
So
he
go
does.
ahead.
Go ahead.
You know what numbers don't lie? 39-10, 22-12. All of a sudden, I saw a flash of what Melo and Amari can be together.
Yes, 'cause that was a
and
big
it
question
is
mark.
double firepower, man. And Rob, when this team gets hot shooting
It's a
threes,
rusty Amari too.
it's a rust. But he didn't look very rusty to me yesterday. He looked like he was in full
Tyson
flight.
Chandler
They can only
needs to be
get
in the
better.
mix, too.
Okay, Tyson Chandler did not play yesterday.
Okay, I was going to say.
And all he is the best defensive stopper in basketball. And the biggest reason that the Dallas Mavericks, no D in Dallas before last year, won the championship last year, Tyson Chandler. Now you got those three pieces, plus you got two of the best and guys who can get the hottest from the three-point line and discount Double-Check and J.R. Smith.
Let me know when the playoffs happen before we count on that.
And listen, Woodson is the perfect fit. Right place, right time, right team. I like the feel of how he plays these guys. And yet, there's one piece missing that I do not understand, and that is Jeremy Lin. I don't know what happened. He had nothing more, we were told, than minor meniscus cleanup in a knee. Not a big deal. I've had it on both my knees, and I was back in 2 weeks both times. This has been, I've lost track of the time, but it's been like 2 months now, and they're saying he might miss the playoffs.
He's been gone longer than his career has.
Well, you got that right. And he was.
That's mean,
And
Rob.
again, with Baron Davis a little beat up and a little long in the tooth, they could use Jeremy Lin. He proved to me he could be a cluch three-point shooter.
Can't defend
He also
anybody.
turned
Okay,
the ball
but-
over a ton,
Okay,
though.
but you know what? But
That
you know
offense
what?
is kind of
All of a
predicated on
sudden, with Shumpert turning into, as a rookie, into one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, you can have Avery Bradley. I think I'll take Shumpert as a perimeter defender.
So you're
That's in the playoffs,
predicting them to knock off either
well,
Chicago
again,
or Miami.
I'm in trouble if I pick Miami to win the East.
Why? If the Knicks
Okay.
are good, though, maybe we're wrong.
I
on
like
that
Miami
pick.
better. I like Miami better.
All right, what about
But there's
Chicago?
still a chance that they could get up to Boston. They're going to have to win out and hope Orlando loses out. But that I would pick them over Boston, and I will pick them over your Chicago Bulls. I've told you that. I'm on the record. No way, no how will they beat the Bulls. Thank you.
Throw that back at me?
Yeah.
But that was huge. I mean, you bring up the huge point about them being able to play together. There was a lot of question
And
marks about that.
it is tricky, and it looked horrendous last Friday
They
night
don't
at
beat
Cleveland.
the good teams to make me feel. They got to be at least around 500 and Skip. That's what bothers me. Once you get to the playoffs, you're not going to have those easy games. And the other thing is Carmelo, for all he does, and he's a tremendous player, This is 9th year in the NBA.
I know.
And how many times has he been out of the first round, Wale? How many?
A lot.
Once.
No, one time.
One time.
But you know what,
Thanks to
Rob?
Chauncey
You know what I'm
Billups.
gonna give
One
him?
time.
Rob.
Well, that's even more of a case for the Knicks. That's on me.
You like? Okay.
I mean, like I said, I'll just go back to what I said. They have the most potential, like that I've seen. Like they have the most potential in the East to like really be another team.
Not there
And Rob,
yet.
you can scoff at this if you want, but Carmelo Anthony carried a college team to a national championship
loved
as a
it.
freshman.
I loved every minute
That's
of
a
it.
big deal.
And he's,
to me.
he's turning up now. He's really,
But still,
really
he's
hooping
been-
now.
that was a long time
It was a
ago.
long time ago,
okay?
but he did it, and we saw him do it, and I believe he's still capable, surrounded by this supporting cast, which is a lot better
One
than
time.
So you think it matters who they
One
play?
time out
I
of
think
the
it
first
matters
round.
who
That's
the
a,
matchups is what you're saying. Like,
and ask Tracy McGrady, who's never been out of the first round.
I'll take Carmelo over Tracy McGrady any day.
Well, but back then, people were talking about Tracy McGrady.